First, I'm going to do an extract from a piece by Beth. And she should smile, because it's good. It's called The Visitors. Beth is 24 and lives in Wales. She battles with violent OCD thoughts, dyspraxia, an autistic disorder, and as yet undiagnosed tics. And in this piece, Beth... I'm mixing them all up as well. In this piece, Beth shows us that sometimes it's wise to be afraid. But you won't find out why, because it's an extract. Okay, so this is called The Visitors. Had he wanted to romanticize or dramatize, he would have decided that the dreams awoke him, but he knew it to be untrue. He woke to the hot, pervasive sun, to the taste of gravel and its numbed imprint upon his face, to the acrid smell of stale urine and the sound of the passing crowds. For a moment he lay, though unaware that he lay on the ground, his slow mind stuck in the warmed cushion of sleep. He tasted blood and instinct took over, hand moving to his face. A sneeze peppered his fingers with scarlet globules and he almost began to remember. The boy, with the age but none of the hard edges of a man, gradually wretched himself into a sitting position, resting against a skip and looking around. A dirty alleyway was the stage for this, his latest escapade. Its bricks fluffy even in the pained heat of mid-July. He pulled his jacket tight around him and lifted the hood onto his head, shivering quite fervently in spite of the uncomfortable warmth around him. The sweat stung his eyes and his wounded body. He spat more blood, wiping his sleeve to a face to which he still could not assign a name. The boy searched his pockets, finding a half-smoked packet of cigarettes, a handful of loose change, but no wallet, no identification of any kind. Cold panic squeezed his throat. He took a cigarette from the pack and a red disposable lighter, the first drag rushing straight to his brain. Dizzied, he searched for an answer. Time passed without event or structure, each minute or hour just like the last. The sky was darkening, or his eyes were closing, easing him into a dumb daze, when he heard a voice from the street. He'd heard hundreds, perhaps thousands, since he came around, but this one was different. This one spoke directly to him. "Hey," it called, tentatively at first, and who could blame the speaker? The boy wouldn't be the first junkie to die in front of a dumpster. "Hey kid, you alright?" He felt his lips part with a dull snap, dry skin cracking, and when they separated, he tasted fresh blood. They mouthed a few words, but were powerless, stripped of the sounds his throat would not allow. His eyes, sore and gummy, lolled lazily in the man's direction. He mouthed again, and the words came in a strangled wheeze. The stranger was approaching now, a solid, thick-limbed man, around 20 years his senior. He wore a leather jacket with hacked-off sleeves and a dirty t-shirt the boy couldn't read. He crouched nearby, listening intently as the boy's lips parted a final time. "Help me," he managed, before the world swallowed him up in a black icy sea. And now it's Beth's turn to read.
Yay!
I think it is.
I think it is. Okay.
You can do it.
Yep.
Hi. Hello. Okay, this is an extract from a story called Lingering Shadows by Ash. Okay. Ash is a 28-year-old mother of one who has been happily married for 4 years. She suffers with postpartum OCD, a largely undiscussed and distressing condition developed just after childbirth, usually involving fears of hurting on the street as a baby, as well as a severe anxiety disorder. Inspiringly, she says she is getting things under control day by day. In this short piece, she gives us a snapshot of her experience. I dream of growing up. I dream of what society makes me believe I want. I close my eyes and I let it grow each and every day. It grows into something beautiful. I see a church and a bride in white. Flowers all around, a man at the end of the aisle smiling full of pride. I see children running around, beautiful, perfect children, surrounded by a white picket fence. A kind dog runs around in with joy and freedom. If I hold on to it enough, I see it as my future. On a sunny day with my newborn daughter, it starts to get grey. I look outside our bay window and see the clouds coming in. The rain starts to fall, and I sigh as another day of routine passes me by. My handsome husband is up at work. My caring mother has returned to her home. My dog sheds and barks throughout the house. My house feels small, smaller than it did yesterday. I fall asleep. I wake to the sound of my daughter crying. I am used to this sound, and I have a built-in sense of when I need to respond. I get her, I change her, I feed her. I slowly rock her and love her with all my heart and soul. I look out the window, the clouds come back, it turns grey and rains. I fall asleep. It's a beautiful sunny Saturday, and I awaken to my husband and daughter in bed. I close my eyes and see my future. I start to cry and cry and cry. I can't seem to stop. My husband gets up to see what is wrong. I can't say, I can't think. All I know is that my mind is racing. Over and over, thoughts, fears, irrational thinking. It doesn't stop. I can't breathe. I see shadows on the wall. The walls get closer and closer, about to suffocate me. I see the shadows coming to me, taunting me, scaring me. I cry and cry. I fall asleep. Once again, I wake in my bed. Panic sets over me. Shadows dance in the air, reminding me of what happened before I slept. My mind is pacing so fast that I can't even think what is real and what is a figment of my imagination. Thoughts of pain, of sorrow, and despair seep into my mind. What do I do? What do I say? Where do I go from here? I am exhausted and can no longer keep my eyes open. Okay, this is an extract from a story called The Tale by Ryan. Ryan was saying? Okay. Ryan is 32 and comes from Hacienda Heights in California. His OCD hit him in junior high school, leading to the creation of mental compulsions and fantasy worlds to escape into. In this tale, he shows us the consequences that may fall upon us if we let anxiety get the best of us. Down in the Green Valley along the Great Northern Trade Road, south of the Brightwood Forest under the shadow of the White Mountains, stood the village of Gloaming. A simple folk of farmers and herdsmen, there lived among them a shepherd boy known as the Killer of Wolves. In that time, there was a horrible beast terrorizing the kingdom. Oh, we are fortunate to be so far from the mountains where the terrible beast roams, the villagers would say. But oh, if the beast were ever to roam here, the boy would save us. For he had great skill and much promise, though he was untested. Now in that time, the king issued a proclamation, for the beast's depredations were great, and it seemed none could hunt it down and slay it. The king had the loveliest daughters, so beautiful that even the eldest would strike a man with the greatest desire. So desperate was the king, he promised his youngest daughter's hand to the man who slew the beast. And in that time, even in the inconceivable event when a common man was married to a princess, he could inherit neither title nor crown. Yet the king proclaimed that the hero who slew the beast would marry his youngest daughter and be adopted as a son to live as a prince. Such was the enormity of this opportunity that even the foolhardy took up sword or axe and strode into the mountains to do battle with the beast, the result of which was a large pile of bodies in the beast's lair and a momentary decrease in the beast's rampages, which the cynical said may have been the king's plan all along. But the beast was cruel as well as voracious, so the peace was short-lived. Now, if any in the land can slay the beast, it is our boy, said Hiram the village elder. We should send him to the capital. Sneed the farmer was the first to speak. Oh, but he is untried. Perhaps we should wait. Sneed smiled as many in the crowd murmured in agreement with him, but his smile vanished at the sound of an old dry voice. The old miller's wife, though she was bent with age, still had the strength to part the crowd like leaves in the wind as she shuffled to the centre of the village square. She fixed her good eye on Hiram the village elder. What better way to test him than sending him to slay the beast? We must be cautious, answered the villagers. He may not be prepared to take on such a task. Why not ask the boy what he thinks? Suggested the miller's wife. The decision should be his to make. Perhaps I should wait, said the boy, stepping into the square. I've never fought anything larger than a wolf. I could be killed. Such is the risk of any adventure, said the miller's wife. Without risk there is no life. Ah, but it would be a pity to waste such a life, said the Mona the younger, wringing her hands. Then I shall practice my swordcraft, said the boy, holding the wooden sword he had played with since he could stand. But I do not have a real sword. There is no choice then, decided the villagers. You must wait. I shall practice and wait, said the boy. Then I will travel beyond Brightwood into the White Mountains where the beast lies.
Anything else? Buy the book.
Tuesday.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening and sharing the launch with us. And also, my mom wants to say something about it. Okay, so that's my mom.
I wanted to say, I don't have OCD, however my father did. I did not know during his lifetime that he did. And I learned so much about my own childhood and my own relationship with my father by the gift, the absolute gift of having a daughter who has OCD. I want to say that I am so proud of Vrinda, more than I can say, more than I can even express. I have to say that. And having been the mother of a child who struggled with Tourette's and OCD that was so severely misunderstood by teachers, doctors, parents, children, peers, so severely misunderstood. I believe in this book so much, and I want to applaud. Yeah, I want to applaud the authors who had the courage, and I know how much courage it took, who had the courage to write, put their names in this book under whatever name you chose, and to publish this book and to make it visible. Because I believe this book can change the world. I actually do. You are the leaders, you are the forerunners, you are the heroes, and I want you to buy this book on Tuesday. Please back it. Please bring it to teachers, coaches, counselors, parents, everywhere throughout the planet. So please buy the book on Tuesday. Thanks very much.
Yeah, we're gonna go casual now. So casual that I wrote down, we're going casual now. So we've got our displays over here. This one is clipped from the actual book, and if you flip it over, there are other ones. Yeah, thank you. This one's just sort of about the publishing company that we've started. And that one is just a little factoid thing, did you know, about OCD itself. And then we also have a copy of the book to pass around. There's the proof copies, there are a couple typos, but if you buy it, it won't look like that. You probably can't spot them anyway, to be honest. That was me being meticulous and checking each one. So anyway, if you want, it's right here to have a flip through. And then also, we've got leaflets with the link and everything on it. So you can take it home. And then we've got cake. We can be here till 5 o'clock, so if you want to eat something, downstairs, go have some more food, drinks at the bar.
And this is also Vrinda's birthday party as well.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Vrinda. Happy birthday to you. Birthday yesterday.
Yeah. But it was Peter's birthday the day before.
Happy birthday to you. And it was my birthday and
So, okay. Yeah, so big celebrations and all of that, and thank you so much for coming. Okay? Cake.
Cake. Hooray! Well done.
see. Some nice seats in here.
I know.
Some nice seats.
I know, we already took the OCD one.
Yeah. We want a dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do it with no dog.
Okay.